Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. Oh, Father, have mercy on me. I hope you can see me. I'm using a different camera, not the camera on the computer. I'm using a different camera completely. If you're here and you can hear me, I would love for you to say something to me, make a comment. But what I wanted to do today is I thought maybe it'd be fun for you guys to work on this with me. Do you remember this? I wanted to do it last year sometime. I started it last year. I was organizing everything. I made copies of it. But I got to a point where I have all my pieces sewn, and I thought, you can hear me. Oh my God, you can hear me. I thought it would be fun if you guys sewed with me while I tried to sew some parts of it together. I've never done this before, and I also have a very rambunctious dog that doesn't know how to behave herself, and I only have one camera set up. And so what I wanted to do is kind of share with you what I'm doing, and then kind of go and sew a couple pieces, come back and talk to you. I think now that I know how to get this going, because I got it set up with the camcorder, I can also connect other cameras to it. I just need a 2 or 3 prong adapter, but I wanted to try this first to see if it works. So if you see me looking this way, I'm looking at the computer so that I can go ahead and see your comments. And the computer is not far from me, but it is, a little bit away. So if I turn my face, that's what I'm doing. I have been working on this for quite a while, and I also purchased the elephant. And I've noticed that everybody who does the elephant has issues with the elephant kind of disappearing. I was also looking at this company. It's Legit Kits. I went to this Houston quilt show and they were selling them, and I wanted to purchase the hummingbird as a paper piecing one, and they have a whole bunch of like the roses, the cat. They had a butterfly, like this butterfly, but the company is called Legit Quilts. Hi, how are you doing, Robin and Barbara? Thank you for being here. I'm just gonna try this live, but these you buy. I don't know if you see them. You buy these and they come with all the fabric. One of the things with these is I had to go back and kind of like pick my own fabric selection, and I may have not done a good job because some of these colors may have blended and it didn't come with a kit, and so who knows if I did it right. But I have just recently, I imagine yesterday, finished every single piece of paper piecing that comes with this. And I wanted to share like some tips when you get your pattern. Hold on, let me go back here. Where did I put it? When you buy the pattern, you are supposed to make copies of it. And I think I've done a couple videos of it. I went to Kinko's and I made copies. So you make copies of the pattern. So this is the original pattern, and it's front and back. The papers are front and back when you buy the pattern. So this is one side, this is the opposite side. So I went to a printing place here by the Forum, by Shirts and Cibolo, and I printed 2 copies of this. Kind of wanted to see if I like the process. Now, it'll take you a whole day. It took me probably like $60 to make a copy, but I made 2, so it probably cost you like $30. Let me look at your comments, okay? It's because I don't want to ignore you guys, because that's a lot what the live is about. Let me see. Hi, how are you, Brooke? Let me see. Let me move so you can see my face. Still trying to figure this. I wanted to have a friend with me. Yes, the kits are beautiful at Legit Kits at the Houston Quilt Show. They come with everything. But I believe that when you get the kit, I never got the kit because they didn't have the hummingbird, which I wanted to do. and I had my husband with me, and he was not very interested. So I just kind of like asked questions about the booth and moved on since they didn't have. I wanted to do the large hummingbird. But the neat thing about Legit Kits is it comes with all the fabric. This one doesn't. You buy the pattern, and then the pattern is double-sided, and then you go and print it. And printing this cost me, it'll probably cost you $30 to print just one side of it. My recommendation is after you print it, you're going to spend a whole day cutting out the paper. Now, I want to share with you kind of an idea of how I organized it when I started getting ready to kind of like work on this paper piecing. I separated all my pieces by in a certain kind of order, meaning how many pieces of fabric will I have to do or use to make one of these. For example, this one was a single fabric. So I went in every area that had only one, I made myself a pile. Every area that had, let me see if I can find a two fabric, that had like two different fabrics. For example, this one, this has one color and this had another. I put in a different pile, my papers. Also, when you're cutting it, the pattern has a right and left. Hi, how are you? Alexandria, Brooke, and I can't see your name. Smoop 50? Sorry if I got it wrong. But just to continue, I separated, like this is one color and this is another color. And it didn't matter if it was like two colors, because sometimes you'll be putting two colors together that are, or two of the same color. So this is the same color, this is the same color, and this is a different one. This would be considered my three pile. It had three different sections. So I recommend you do a 3-section pile, a 2-section pile after you cut it, and a 1-section pile, or however many. And then I also pinned together the right and left. For example, this is the exact same piece, and this is a 7A, and this is a 10A. They're exactly the same piece, but one's on the right side, one's on the left. And so when I worked on this, I worked on 2 pieces at a time that were kind of set up the same way. I'm just kind of sharing how I, nice to meet you, Sylvia. Glad I got your name right. Happy birthday, Alexandria. One of my best friends, her birthday is today too. Her name is Miss Jeanette Jones. She's 70 years old, so we give her a shout out. Happy birthday, though. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. 50 is like a big day, right? Big day. When I turned 50, I really wanted to celebrate it. It didn't go how I wanted to, but I'm 50 for next 10 years. Anyway, so separate by piece and make a pile of each. You're going to have some pieces that are 3, and like this would be a 3-piece, and these 2 pieces would go together. This would also be a 3-piece. If you can see it. It has a sewn here, a sewn here. There's three different cuts. Okay, if that makes sense what I'm saying. And this like one piece is a one individual cut. So when you're doing this paper piecing stuff, you're gonna have to copy it, cut everything, and then I recommend you put together your rights and lefts. And then after you do put those together, because it's going to be a disorganized mess, sort by pieces that you're going to sew together. For example, this would be a 1, 2, 3 piece. And the reason you want both pieces together, it's while you're finding the fabric for this piece or this piece or this piece, you're kind of doing it for 2 pieces. So I ended up getting this done pretty quickly for the amount of time I really worked on it, but I started doing this last year. And that's what I'm sharing for the process of this. Because paper piecing can be very complicated. Another thing, and this is really important, my fabrics are not exactly the same fabrics as the pattern. And if you guys are on the comment, say happy birthday to Alexandria, y'all. Just say happy birthday. You want me to sing you Estas son las mañanitas and sing it to you in Spanish? Happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I give you a shout out. When you pick your fabric, I recommend, as I keep on going on about this project, I want to do live streams. Sometimes I get annoyed with live streams because, oh God, that's why I really like editing videos, because you could clip out the trash and the lag moments, and I want this to be kind of like worth your time. So I just kind of wanted to share like my process of this as if I was sharing it with a friend. When I picked my fabrics, I went ahead and I labeled all my fabrics with a little sticker. For example, I believe this was supposed to be mahogany for me. Yeah, mahogany. It looks horrible. And it has a little flower because this pattern, where's my original paper? They mark like a little flower. There's a little flower there. And here's mahogany, but my mahogany is different than their mahogany. So I did a little flower with mahogany. Now, I think one thing that you could do that would be really neat is on the paper, it has these little pieces. I would trim that out and cut a little piece of your fabric and stick it to your little square. This way you know that your mahogany is this color, not your mahogany is this color. Because, let me share. For example, this is my khaki, and it has my little square, and this is my ivory. And khaki and ivory are kind of similar in kind of color, but when you're having, for example, I'm just sharing all the mess. I love you guys saying happy birthday to her. I hope you have the best 50th birthday ever. Seriously, happy birthday. For example, do you see how similar? For example, this was my school bus. How similar the colors are, so similar you could kind of screw up and put the wrong color in the wrong area, and that's gonna be a mess. So have a good labeling system. This worked for me. I sticked it, but when I realized like, oh, I could have get myself a paper template and glued my fabric on there, but I also recommend you put it on your fabric too. So those are just kind of like tips for me. I also recommend that while you're doing this, that you have a bag to shove everything in, because you will end up having your fabrics for it. And then paper piecing is kind of like a wasteful kind of project. Don't worry, let me see. Hello from Pittsburgh, how are you? You'll end up having a mess of a whole bunch of scraps. So I recommend you have a place to organize your scraps, and then this in some areas of the paper piecing you could still use. I'm thinking of cutting about 1-inch strips of all this leftover, or 1/2-inch strips, and then sew them together and use them for my border maybe. I don't know. But have a place where it's all in one spot, and then have a place where you put all these pieces. And let me just say this, I bought this at Walmart. This is in the luggage section. They cost probably like $10 for 3 bags or 2 bags, and this is the best. I've had my project for a whole year in here. I've had my rotary, my ruler, my marking pencils. I've had all the finished pieces that I've done, all the unfinished pieces that I've done, all the copies that I've done, and it's been here and I haven't lost a piece. So they're at Walmart. So if you want to know where I got those, you can also buy them on Amazon. I have a favorites that I did several years ago that I bought some at Amazon. Yeah, they were at Amazon, but they were smaller, and I recommend if you're going to do a project this big, you need a big one. So I'm going to look at your comments, and I'll come right back, okay? So you may see my dumb head. I don't want to kick you off. Hello, how are you? Yes, Paper Piecing. Yes, I have started my Etsy shop. It's Lorena by Cadena, I believe. And what I want to do is, I thought maybe we could do live streaming. I'm going to create a quilt, and you could buy your fabric, do whatever. And on Etsy, if you wanted to participate, I think on that one, we will do a live, and the pattern will be sold on Etsy. And the patterns are probably going to be like $5. And if we do a month to month, it will be a block of the month. They'll probably be like $3 or $2, depending on how I do it. I may do the whole project in one shot for like $5, maybe $8, depending on the size of the quilt. And if we do a block to the month, I'll probably do it for like $3 or $2 on Etsy, maybe. Where I have a friend who's helping me, so I'm organizing all that stuff. So initially, right now on Etsy, I have 2 downloadables where I did block swaps, and it's Lorena by Cadena. I'm also going to put my rulers up there. So those are kind of like ideas I'm thinking about, to have Etsy kind of integrated with quilting. And now that I know I can do live streaming, I'm going to get a different switchboard so we could have a couple cameras, so that you're not bored just staring at my face. So that's something that I'm thinking about. What was the name? I think it's Lorena, and let me type it. Let me see if it'll let me, okay? I think that's the name, okay? No, I'm sorry, I apologize. But I will talk more about it once I have some things kind of figured out. Like right now, I was figuring out how to connect this camera to the live stream, and I'm not connected to the camera on the computer. So I want to do also live streaming with long arm quilting, like classes, kind of like, okay, today we're going to learn how to stitch in the ditch, and have like little classes to where you could come and join me, especially long armers. And maybe I'll even do sewing machine classes where you could come and join me, and we can sew something together, like a small table runner or something on a sewing machine and a long arm. So it kind of integrates all of us, because I understand that some of you don't have long arms. Those are things that I'm thinking about. And just pray for me, because I have sometimes a lot going on. And I'm trying to manage everything. So I want to share that. But those are some of my plans this year. And I'm really happy that I finally figured this out, because it was a whole thing I was looking on and researching. But let me read your comments, okay? What was the name on the site? I just typed it, so hopefully you saw it. And maybe I'll turn myself while I look at the computer. Yes, I showed it last year. I think on TikTok, Lorena's Quilting, I shared how much it cost. This sucker's expensive. And let me share. Don't judge me, okay? Last year, I bought this one too. Let me see, hold on. I was really motivated last year to start some significantly unique projects. Aloha, how are you? You're from Hawaii? Ah, nice to see you. So, okay, remember how I was saying put your color of on the grid? Well, with this one, I was coloring the elephant because I saw this beautiful elephant, pink and yellow and peach elephant. But then I was looking at other people's elephants, and some of them, the elephant blended into the background, the tusk and the two front legs blended to the back legs the tusk blended to the front legs. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like this tusk kind of blends to the back legs, or the front legs kind of blend to the back legs. And I'm trying to make sure, so I colored it in to make sure that it doesn't look stupid, because it's a whole lot of work to be messing up. And so here I have all the, and then what I did to color it is I found a colored pencil, and I have like a strawberry on there to match. I believe this is a strawberry. No, it's not. Is this it? Yes. I found the colored pencil that matched with the strawberry. But even though this looks like it matches this, the problem is when you're coloring it, this is what it looked like. So I had to find colored pencils that colored the color of the fabric. And so this project could be a whole process, but I know that this, I think a company is selling the fabric line with the elephant. They're selling it. So this is my next paper piecing that I really want to do. Because look, I already spent, everything just broke right now. I already spent hundreds, quite a bit of money on this. Let me put this away from myself. All right. The printing cost me, and I recommend that you buy the pattern. I bought the elephant pattern on Amazon. Amazon didn't send it to me, and I ended up having to buy the pattern twice because they wouldn't refund me, even though they never sent me the pattern. They said they did, and they never did. Let me put this away because I'm just sharing like part of my insanity. Let me put that pattern here. And I need to buy, stop. No, you're not coming in here. No. My dog was climbing up here, being a butthead. And I was trying to set this up. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know if it's going to work with her because she's obsessed with me. Sorry. Yes. Yes. I got like an ivory white, but if you look at some of the pictures on Google or anywhere of the elephant, that elephant doesn't look right. Something like they didn't do the colors right. I don't know. So I'm trying to make sure by coloring it in that it looks right. And it literally took me one day to get the fabric, one day to color it. And it's been a whole process, but that's hopefully the next project. But I'm sharing with you kind of like things you have to consider when you're the one purchasing the fabric and the fabric doesn't come like, what is it? That company that I was sharing with you, that company literally provides this one. Legit kits. Literally, if you want to do this, it gives you all the fabric. It's pretty expensive, like $300 for all the fabric and the pattern and everything. But whatever color is on that number or coloring area, you know it matches. It's supposed to match exact. And that's why this is easy. This is a little bit more complicated because if you want to change the coloring or you're picking the coloring, it's so easy to, for example, these two colors, to not have enough contrast to make them look different. And that's something you have to think about when you're working on this. All right, so let me read, see how you guys are. Hello, how are you? I only used sewing glue when I started. I didn't use sewing glue afterwards. And I only got, when the kids are going back to school, go and get Elmer's glue stick. It's a wash away. It's a wash away glue. And you do need I do recommend this ruler, but the truth is, it's if you just add a 1/4 inch, it's called add a 1/4 when you're folding your fabric. If you just add a 1/4 to the seam line, you don't need this ruler. All you have to do is get a ruler that has, so here's my 1/4, and it's called add a 1/4 ruler. Here you could add the 1/4, but it's nice because this buds up to the seam line, but you don't need it if you don't want to waste money on a ruler. Just saying, you know, it gets to be like a lot, one thing after another. But so here's the part. So earlier I was separating because I've gotten all my pieces done, and that's why I brought y'all here. I got all of them done, and I wanted to share with you how I kind of, so earlier I shared with you when I cut the fabric how I organized the paper. I organized it by, like, I'm putting one piece together, or I'm putting 2 pieces together, and I made a pile and I put them in folders, and I worked on one folder at a time till I got them done, and then I just put them on a done pile. Now that I have my done pile, you're gonna have a mess. You do a dash of glue to keep the pieces flat, yeah. I don't know. I think I monetized the live stream, and that's why you're having commercials. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. So then the pieces of elephants, you can't turn off monetization once you've started a live stream, okay? Just letting you know. Sorry. All right, so let's talk about piles. You're gonna have a big old pile of mess. What I ended up doing an hour ago, I separated, so you're gonna have this. I don't know if you can see that very well. Can you see this well? Can you see it? So you're gonna have this. Once you have all your pieces done, and I recommend you don't sort until you're completely done, because then you know you could start putting it together, and that's where I'm at, and that's why I wanted to do the live stream. I wanted you guys to spend some time in me just putting parts of it together. So, for example, I went ahead and I organized, it goes by number, like 1, 2, is that right? 1, 2, and then here's like 1, 3, through, I believe, 15. So what I did is I went ahead and did 1 through 15. I also wanted to share, when you're doing this stuff, my dog wants to be with me. I pinned the right side and the left side together, and one pile, this pile here, for example, is 16 through 31. That's, I think, the right side. And on the opposite end, it's 70. It starts by, so here's 16 if you see it. Here's 57 to 72. And so I worked, like I said, 2 at a time. When I worked on one set at a time. And so I was working on the right side and the left side. No, you're not coming up here. You're not coming up here. I'm sorry, Roxy. Y'all want to see Roxy? She's desperate to see. What are you doing? If she was the kind of dog like Cookie, if she sat here and just sat down and chilled out, she'd be fine. But she'll probably chew the cord and disconnect me. Hi. No, sorry. Get down. Go somewhere else. No, ma'am. So that's what I did. I kind of organized, for example, these 2 pieces together. These 2 pieces together, because that's the right side or left side. No, get out. No, ma'am. And I recommend that you number it, that you make sure you've numbered them, and that you know all your pieces are done. Why? Why are you a pain? No. I said no. No. She looks at me like, how could you be that way with me? How could you be that way? So here's my 3 piles. 3 giant piles of done pieces. I'm going to move that here. All right. So let's see. If you have any questions, this is a time to ask me because I'm going to look down and read. All right, let's see. I use, we talked about the glue. I use, hold on, let me see. Let me show you. I use this glue. Quilting sewing glue is so stupid expensive, and you don't need to go expensive when this works just as well. Unless you're one of those people, which is fine, where everything has to be, no, stop. It has to be a certain way, but this glue just works just as well, I promise. No, stop. Cut it out. Don't get a dash hound. They're determined. They want to win. No. If you would sit here, Roxy, I wouldn't mind, but you're a butt. I don't trust you. All right, so let's see. The whole quilt is going to be, I believe, a 60 by 65. And here's the quilt, the fabric color grid. And I recommend you go to one of your favorite quilt stores, and recommend that you go at a time where they're not busy, because you're going to be going through figuring out what's your favorite fabric that goes with this. And it's kind of like the lady who did it with me was so sweet and so patient with me that she kind of like cut the fabric for me, marked it for me. So for example, when I had ivory, she cut it for me, and then she's the one that got me like the little paper pieces and put ivory on there. And I recommend when you do ivory, like, you also put the gridding, not just the name ivory, but the gridding that goes with it, because the gridding that goes with it, so these little bubbles coincide with the bubbles. So initially I just had the name on the fabric and not the bubbles, and I was like, okay, which is, so on my pile of fabric I would also draw in the gridding, because the gridding goes with the fabric color. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I hope it explains it. The sun is shining this way. Things I didn't think about when I started this live. Okay. It's going to be a beautiful quilt. That's my hope. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I'm going to bring you down, and I'm going to share with you. Hopefully I don't move anything. And if I get kicked out, I will come back on. But my hope is I don't get kicked out. I was trying to set it up earlier, and I was doing YouTube private, trying to privatize the upload, and it ended up like... it went live, and I was burping. I had my daughter, hey, make jokes. And the reason I was having her mess around is so that I could see if the sound sounded well on this YouTube format, because it may sound great on the camera, but it doesn't mean that the sound comes out the same on YouTube. So I'm going to move you back a little bit, so I may not be able to read, but I'm going to bring you down so you could see how I figured out the numbering. And that took me a little bit, because I was like, how the hell am I going to put this together? So she has a numbering system from like 1 to 100 and whatever. And it helps organize by the grid that they give you and by numbering. So I'm going to bring you down, okay? Bring you down. And let me make sure you can see me. So when I'm talking about the gridding, this is the gridding that I'm talking about, or the grid. So this is 1 and 2, and this is 3 to 15. I hope you could see that. And so when I was sorting all of them, because I finished every single one of these, I finished it yesterday finally, I was kind of figuring out, like, today how to organize it in such a way that I'm able to put this together easily. So one of the things I did is, like, this is 1 and this is 2 here. So this part right here is this part. I know a friend does paper piecing, and what she does is she pieces it as she goes. I didn't do it that way because I wanted to make sure that I got everything completely done and then have the joy of putting the whole thing together. So today I wanted to work on this with you and with me, and I wanted to work on this section, the centerpiece. So the way I found the centerpiece, or this right here, is I went and the number is 3. So I found, where's 3? Nope. Here's my number 3. And then I have, where's 2? I did this earlier so you wouldn't have to be like watching me figure out. Here's 4, 5. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10, and here's 7, and here's, so here I have them all together, okay? All of these are this piece, all right? I'm still here just trying to work on what I'm going to work and say in my video. Okay. Let's see. Kathy, I just had another commercial pop up. Sorry. I'm so sorry. So here, let's go ahead and start sewing these together. So we're going to sew 1 and 2 together. So I'm going to move you. Are you guys there? You guys okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and start sewing. And if you're sewing, I hope you sew with me. I've never done this before. I know a couple YouTubers do it. So I thought this would be fun to sit here and you guys encourage me, like, and we sew together. So I have my sewing machine here. I'm going to bring you down so you can see what I'm doing. And so what are you guys doing today? I'm going to sew 1 and 2. And I believe this is how they go. I believe. I'm going to move this extra pile out of the way. And so what I found in paper piecing is I put my needle through and I piece one corner to this corner. Do you see that? Hopefully you see it. And then kind of do like a side. And I'm also going to do that to this side. Let's see if I could do this right. Okay, so this corner, maybe I should have glued it together to this corner. And I'm going to sew those together. I have a Juki 210Q. I love this sewing machine. It is my favorite. I don't know what's y'all's favorite sewing machine. And then I'm going to put my foot down. Let's see. Should have had this threaded, huh? Before. I'm going on a trip soon. And I'm getting ready to go. How was y'all's holiday? How did your holidays go? Sometimes I don't like holidays because they're so busy. And then so here's my piece. Also, too, things to think about when you're doing paper piecing. It's for me, have a smaller stitch length so that when you tear the paper you can. And also to let's see, I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna bring you here, and that's 2 pieces I just sewed together. Let's see. Girl got accomplished. Sorry. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying to me. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Kathy, I just had another commercial pop up. I'm so sorry. Hi Heather, how are you? Hi Nana, how are you? Yours is a brother. You have a is it Cunique, right? Cunique. I heard those are sweet machines. Okay, so this is what this looks like. Not bad, huh? Hopefully I did it right. You can see where it's not perfectly fine, but anyway. So let's see. We're going to do this one together. Is that okay? Do you guys want to do this? Is it okay that we're doing it together? This is all new to me. I know some people do this and they sew it on YouTube all the time. I don't know. That's not my, I don't know. It's just something different for me. So I went to a friend's the other day and it was the best day ever. We spent quite a bit of time hanging out. I have one of my sweetest friends ended up going to, she turned 70 today. And I thought that was so neat, turning 70. I'm turning 52. And it's a work in progress here. I wanted to, so I wonder what it would be like turning 70. And she's healthy, she's beautiful, she has a sweet spirit. I notice sometimes when you get older, it's really hard to manage, like, not being an angry person because life struggles happen to you and you deal with a lot of problems sometimes, and she's just such a sweet person. So let me see my pattern. Let me see how I was telling one of my best friends, I said I really want to be she's such a wonderful example of how to just be kind and be loving and be a gentle spirit and just being a pretty lady, you know what I mean? So we're gonna put 3, 4, and 5. This is what I was telling you, that you have pairs. So this is 4A and this is 5A, and so in the back it's 4A or 5A, and this is where you put, I believe, your right and left together. So I wonder how you put it together. The long side here, 4. And so I'm going to bring you down, so as I figure this out, we could figure it out together. Will that work? Let me see. I have a Janome and a featherweight and simply a 16 long arm. Robin, you have the same machine as me. A Juki 210Q. Ha! I love Juki, man. Juki, I don't know why. It's just, it doesn't do anything else other than straight stitches. I'm going to bring you down so you can see what I'm doing, okay? I'm trying to figure this out. So here we go. When I get another camera, we could not have to move you. I could just push a button and it switches you to the camera too. I believe that this sews to here. That would be weird, doesn't it? Or would it be this sews to here? That goes to here, right? That looks right. Let's look at the pattern together. So 3, here's 3, here's the point, 4, right? 4. I think that's right. But wouldn't you sew 6 together? Hold on, let me figure this out. Usually I do this would this go? Here's 6. Wouldn't that be right? Sew 6 together, and then sew this together, sew these together, and then sew that. Would that be right? Are y'all there? Can you see me? You have, you always wanted a featherweight? Oh my God, girl, find them on eBay. I found a whole bunch of them on eBay. If you want a featherweight, find it on eBay. Or go to OfferUp. They have them at OfferUp. They're great. I found, well, I have a lot of them now, sadly. I think I need to get rid of them because I think I'm a hoarder of featherweights. I was thinking, I went to Big Ben and it kind of changed something in me because I did a whole bunch of trails. And when I came back, I wanted to change my life. Wait, am I doing this right? I don't think so. Am I doing it right? If y'all are there, can you help me? Okay, hold on. You're like, lady, you're the one that has been working on this. I've worked on it to put these pieces together, but I've never put it together. Has anybody ever, any of y'all done one of these? I've never, this is my first. I've done little. Okay, so here, I think that's how it goes. Does that, all right, let's give it a sewing go. Would that be right? Yeah. Right? Or no? I'm trying to sew it corner to corner, thinking maybe it goes edge to edge. I'm going to sew edge to edge. Okay, let's go to the sewing machine. Let's see. And I may not be able to stay here for a long time. Is that right? I don't know. I don't think that's right. Right? No. Seam ripper. Let's see. Let me get a seam ripper. I think it's supposed to be here to here. What do y'all think? I have a little right sides together. Okay. I don't think it's right. Do you see how it's not? I think the seam's supposed to be here. I think it's right here, but it's not right here. I'm assuming. Do you see it? Let's watch Lorena not know what the hell she's doing. But here, oh no, look at that. That's stupid. Hey, that is so wrong. Come on. This is epic. This is failure in front of everybody. Like I care. You gotta not care. Life is too short. I think that's one of the wonderful things that age does for you. Oh, they're supposed to be facing each other. Right sides together, right? Is that someone said that to me? And maybe, yes, right sides together. Stupid. No, I was working on this yesterday with a whole bunch of my friends. And I was like, God, this is frustrating because you'll do one piece. And if you don't cut the fabric big enough, you'll like, when you fold it over, it doesn't cover the whole space that it wants you to cover. So you have to oversize your fabric. And gosh, there was one area that I ended up spending like probably like an hour stitching it and unstitching it, stitching it and unstitching it, and my friends were laughing at me. And then girlfriend went delirious because, you know, when you do something so much and you're screwing it up, you feel stupid because you're just you think you get it and you finally figured it out and then you still didn't get it. All right, that was done. All right, learning lesson. Okay, so does this go on this side? Hold on one second. Let me look at the pattern. All right, let me look at the pattern. When you print this, okay, so if you look real close, do you see that right here? There's like little dots or something, and that's how you know. So the dots are on the top. Let's see. Or the dots are on the circles. I don't know if you see those weird circles right here. Those circles go on the bottom. So this is annoying. Really annoying. Okay, that goes, okay. So that goes here. Yeah. Hopefully I get it right. I think I got it right this time. I think I'll get it right. I think my pinning technique where you pin the line and you pin the line is the right thing to do. So that you know that you're getting the seam allowance they want you to have. Because I think this is going to be kind of weird if the seam allowance isn't right. No, I was trying to figure out how to live stream with, it's called, it's this program that you have to connect the camera to. It's called 4K something, I don't know. And I was on here and I had my daughter and I'm like, some people were, I didn't know it wasn't privatized. And I just had lunch and I'm like, burping on you. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta delete all that. My daughter, I was like, say something stupid. And she's like, speaking Spanish in a little bit. Okay, so I think I got this right. So I pinned here, pinned it there. Lorena, who doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, so let's go. We're gonna sew it. I'm gonna bring you down. Okay, we're gonna try number 2. What's have mercy. Okay, ready? Now move the needle. Go back and forth, and then go. And then apparently you don't supposed to go past. You don't supposed to go past this line. All right, let's unfold it here. I think she got it. Okay, I think the girl got it. Does it look right? I think it's right. Yeah, and I think I should have glued sticked all this area, because you're right, it is shifting on me. Here's my Elmer's glue. The fabric is shifting on me, and I don't need it to be shifting while I'm trying to sew it together. There you go. Now it's wrong. Let me see what you guys are saying. All right, I think I figured that one out. Okay. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, let's see. Look like it's right. Okay, so let's try another piece. How many takes does Lorena have to do to put this together? 20. Okay, I'm going to put, I believe, these two together. So it's one straight seam. Would that be? You're like, you asking me? You're the one working on this stupid thing. I go, I know. I know I am. So this is this one for... Oh, have mercy on me. Is this right? Did I put it on the wrong side? No, I don't think so. Okay. Okay, it would go... I don't know what I'm doing, okay? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Who knows? Who's done this before? Anyone? Have you done it before? If you have, please give me counsel. I'm a very teachable vessel. I'm willing to learn. I believe this goes to... Okay, this goes to here. I believe this and this connect. I believe. I believe I could fly. Okay, so let's see. One more. One more. I'm gonna pin. Yeah, I'm going on a trip. I'm so excited. And I only have one. I only took in one quilt this month because I have been training for the event that I'm going to. I am taking a trip to go mountain climbing. So I'm trying to train. And last year I went and I was working so much and I was taking so much work that I didn't have time to train the way I needed to. And so there was, I saw or I experienced the climbing, doing trail rocks. It's a lot of work. It's stressful on the body. And I've been training for 3 months now to go back to this event, maybe 2. And of course the holidays kind of like mess it up because you don't have time. Hold on, I'm gonna bring you down so you can watch me sew. Like, do you really want to watch me sew? So that's this piece. That's what I believe is that piece. I'm going to bring you down here, which now becomes this piece. Okay. That looks right? That looks good. So then I'm going to put this piece to here. I'm going to pin. That's not bad. I think I'm getting the rhythm of it. So I'm going to pin here. And then I'm going to find this corner this needs to be at. Okay, there. And then we're going to kind of like... And so how's everybody's, we're in 25 days of the new year. How's your new year going? Honestly, this new year was like a flop for me. I usually have really good, decent years or starting offs. This one was a little bit... I felt it was a little bit chaotic for me. I felt like I didn't have enough of a... Usually, the family has more time off to spend together. And this year I felt like it just kind of like Christmas came and New Year's was here. And it was just over with. Back to life. Back to the grind of living. And so I think I did that right. I pinned it here. All of this. So let's sew it. And then, let's do that. Let me move you here so you can see me. But, let's see. Pinning here. From my understanding is you don't supposed to go past this. So this is how I sewed it. And now I'm going to turn around and show you how it looks. We'll see it together. We'll see how it works out. Oh, maybe not. What do y'all think? The crazy thing is these pieces are so big, they're big together. Now this isn't perfect. Should I fix it? I don't think it's that deep. Should I fix it? But look, it aligns perfectly here. Perfectly here. I'm not gonna fix it. Y'all tell me. Should I fix it? Stay on the comments. Undo it and fix it. I'm like, no, don't tell me. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around so you can see me. You see my mess? All right, let's see. Hello, how are you? I would fix it. Heather? Anybody else? I'll fix it if someone else tells me. I'll fix it. Should I fix it? Yeah, that's a heck of a lot of work, right? To not fix it. But how do you... Okay, so let me unstitch. Y'all want to see me unstitch? Yes. Why not? Let's let this be an unstitching video. Yeah, look. Yeah, I need to fix. All right, let's see. So, let me see. You would fix it. Okay. It's not. Have you ever gotten, let me see. Everybody who asked me for seam rippers, have you gotten your seam rippers? And if you, I found 10 more. If you want a seam ripper. And then the stupid thing is, these seam rippers, I found my seam ripper. Okay, let's see. I wonder how you get that seam right. Okay, hold on. We're unstitching here because we want that diamond pattern. I want this year to put a quilt in the quilt show. Maybe this will be the one, right? So do it right. Will I have it quilted by then? All right, questions. How would you guys long arm this? My feed dogs. Okay. How would you, if you guys are long armers, how would you long arm it? I was thinking of doing pebbles like on the snout. There's the seam. I think that's... There's a rhythm of the night. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I think also, too, like when I pull the fabric, I think I had it just right. But when I pull the fabric, it kind of shifted on me. Let me see. So we're just going to fix. Let's see. No, it's shifted. Yeah, I need to push it down. Sorry you guys are seeing my head. How annoying is that? Great content here. It's perfect. Just watching my head. It's like, let's see. Let me see if I can fold this over. All right, I'm going to try one more time. See if the effort's worth it. You know, the stupid thing is usually when I film at home and I'm doing like this finagling and this stupidity, which I think is like a waste of people's like viewership time. And I know some people, like when they do videos, they don't really edit stuff like this out because it takes a lot of work to remove content that is not, you know, like who wants to see me unrip or who wants to see me tearing the seam allowance open. Not anybody, right? Like people are not interested in that kind of stuff. But right now there's this weird habit when I do that kind of stuff, I want to turn the camera off so that you're not having to watch that fiddling around part of content making. Let me see. But when you do a live stream, you can't, well, I'm sure you can. I can go back on YouTube, the editor, and change it, but like at this current time, you who are live with me, you're watching real time, the finagling, the mess, the trying to figure it out kind of process. That's not gonna fit right of this. All right, let's see. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see. It's not gonna work. I guess we're going to have to trim some stuff down and figure this stuff out. All right, let me try one more time and then see how it goes, okay? But there's some content creators that don't take time to edit. And I can't. Those, I'm like, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. There's the fast forward button. All right, let's see. Let's see if this worked. Do you see that? Ooh, that's perfect. Do you see that? But look at this. Is it perfect? But look at this. It's not that perfect here. But I think we could work that through. Thank you for telling me to fix it. Let me see. Let me read you guys. Let's see how you guys are. Will it bother me later? I think I could quilt it out. It wouldn't bother me later. I'm going to be honest. I think I'm a better long armor, embroiderer, and even now a laser than I am a piecer. I have worked really hard to be a better piecer because I'm not that good. But hey, we've been here for a bit, and I don't want to keep you guys from your family. I really do enjoy you. We've been here an hour. Can you believe? You've spent an hour with me. Thank you. And I put this together. So what I'm going to do is continue working, and then I'll come back when we'll sew some other pieces maybe. All right, I love you, okay? Have a wonderful day. All right, bye.